It's Andy Dahl with Everything Wheels again, and we're working on the Datsun 510 rear suspension and the spring purchase. And these are from DP Racing out in California, and they're this is kind of help you with the directions just a little bit. So they supply these plates, and what you need to do is you need to cut off. You need to cut off that part. That's the way it goes on. So these are upside down. This is the bottom of the control arm. So you cut this off, and there's a weld line from the factory down around here. So you grind that smooth so that this fits smooth on that, and then you weld it on. You weld it on the top, and flip it over, and you weld it on the inside. Now, those welds, it's the first welds I've ever done, and well, actually ever MIGging continuous, and they didn't turn out perfect because I had the welder on tacking, because I've been tacking the 510, all the floor pans in, so those are in. But anyway, so weld those up, and you notice that in here, that plate, the beveled part is in there because we're going to have a spring and a spring perch that sits in here that needs to be flush. So when you put the perch in there, that top of that screw head is not going to be interfering with the perch. So that's how these are supposed to go. Now, the other thing I talked to Don about, and Don's really good at getting a hold of you, kind of getting back with you. This is a race car, so this is the emergency brake, and we're not going to have the emergency brake on. And this is for tie downs when it was brought over from Japan. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut those off of both of these, and then this will get be ready to be shipped out for powder coating. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll test fit one of the perches and show you that. The parts after I cut off the emergency brake cable and the, I think, tie downs for coming overseas off of these lower spring brackets. And as you can see, this is the way they're supposed to be. So this is the bottom, that's the top. I put the shorter springs in there. As you can see, there's the bracket on the other side, and then I will install screws in there, and that'll hold that spring in place. And now these things are ready to go off to powder coating. These are the parts I cut off. That's what you need to do to get these ready for installation. So I just got to weld up a couple little places where I cut those brackets off, and it's ready to go. Everything looks better after you get it powder coated. Very happy with these. They turned out really nice. Kind of shows my welds a little bit more than, so they're not too bad after you powder coat them. So yeah, so we're getting ready. Next thing we'll do is, got a lot to do. We've got to clean the bottom of the car up and get prepped for this, and gotta get the roll cage in it, and a fuel cell, and then we'll put the suspension on. Once we get the fuel cell, after we're done grinding in the back, we'll install these. But DP Racing, rear spring perches modification. Wasn't too bad.